6-5.
Minutes plus extra time and penalties if necessary to decide whether it's Nottingham Forest or Blackpool heading to Wembley. And if it's anything like the first leg, we're going to be in for a real treat.
The whole season crystallised into this.
We went behind to a fantastic goal. It was a question of my lad's character.
Southern, goal! 1-1! Blackstock off the other side of the bar.
We had a vast amount of chances and we could have scored one or two more goals.
The temperature is definitely rising. Power goes down in the box and it's a penalty. Blackpool, Adam, 2-1, he's done it.
We've given away two soft goals. We now take the game back to the City ground. That's all to play for.
Blackpool are 2-1 up with 90 minutes left.
I'm a very, very proud man at the moment. Can we get what we want? Who knows, but it's a fantastic journey.
Blackpool on top beside the seaside. Now Ian Holloway's team on the verge of a towering achievement. Just 2 games away from the Premier League. But tonight, by the banks of the River Trent, it could be a different story. Forest have been almost invincible at home, which is why their fans still believe 14 wins from their last 15 games, unbeaten here since September, and the visit of guess who? Blackpool. Not a spare seat in the house tonight for the second leg of the Coca-Cola Championship playoff semi-final. Nottingham Forest and Blackpool, live in high definition on Sky Sports HD2 channel 409 and Sky Sports 2. Forest trailing 2-1, and tonight, no second chances. They need goals, which explains their one change tonight. Paul Anderson drops out, and their top scorer, Robert Earnshaw, returns. 19 of his 23 starts this season have been here at the City Ground. So have 13 of his 15 goals. Blackpool unchanged for the 5th successive game. Charlie Adams, winner from the spot on Saturday, was his 18th of the season, but he continues to walk a disciplinary tightrope. A yellow card tonight would see him miss the Wembley final, should Blackpool get there. Well, there have been some famous nights down the years here at the City Ground, but not in recent times that matter quite as much as this one. Chris Kamara, our guest tonight. Chris, how much are you looking forward to this?
Oh, absolutely, it's fantastic. Both managers are going to go for this game tonight. I've had a word with both of them, and this is going to be a cracker.
Blackpool have that 2-1 advantage, but how much of an advantage is that?
Well, it's a big advantage, obviously. You know, the fact is that they're in front. They don't have to win the game. But Ian Holloway's already saying that they're going to go for this game tonight. It's not going to be a case of sitting back and trying to just nick the game. They're going to go for the game because that's how they feel that the best way to play against Nottingham Forest. He's been looking at the videos of the teams that come here in the past, and they've all sat back and they've tried to soak up the pressure, and that's been the Forest's advantage. So they're going to take the game to Forest tonight, so we should be in for quite a few goals.
If we look at the league table, though, Chris, from the entire season, Nottingham Forest have been a better team than Blackpool this season. But how much of these playoff games come down to what's going through the mind?
Well, everybody knows, you know, when the playoffs set out at the start of the season, it doesn't matter where you finish in the league. Once you're in the playoffs, everybody's equal. It's as simple as that. The fact is, it's advantage Blackpool from that first leg. So now Billy Davies has got a different proposition. He'll be trying his best to settle his players as best as he possibly can, because nerves will play a big part. This 28,000 crowd now expect Nottingham Forest to win, so there's pressure on every one of his players in there. Can they handle that pressure, or will it work against them the other way? Whereas Blackpool, nobody expected them to be in the playoffs in the first place. They come here with a goal advantage. They'll be the more relaxed team to begin with.
Ian Holloway, is he relaxed? Let's find out with Greg Whelan.
Ian, it's advantage Blackpool. Sum up the size of the task in front of you tonight.
I couldn't tell you until it starts. I just think it's an amazing chance for us. We're really excited about it. We've had a look at the pitch. We've travelled down. We're ready to go. And, you know, we're in dreamland at the minute. we're still in the playoffs. We still got a chance, and it's all hinging on tonight. We know we'll either get through or we won't, but, you know, what a fantastic season we've had.
It's a game you don't have to win tonight, so how do you approach it?
No, we're going to go to win. We want to try and win, and I think a lot of people have come here and fallen foul of their fantastic attacking abilities, and, you know, you can see it in his team selection tonight. He's gone for the wide men with pace, and fullbacks going past them as well. So, you know, what we're going to try and do is exploit the space that they've left with the way we play, and hold on to your hats. I think it's going to be one heck of a game.
Well, we hope it is, certainly. But is that the right approach, Chris? That they approach it as if they have to win tonight?
Yeah, I think that's a manager confident in his players, confident in his team. I think they've played above expectation all season, so he believes now that they're coming here and they've got nothing to lose. They're going to go for it. They're in front, express themselves. They've surprised everybody in this division. They've played some wonderful football, and I think he wants them to continue that way.
And will he be reminding his players that they have won here? The last team to win here back in September.
Well, of course, that's advantage them. That'll be on the players' minds of Nottingham Forest, also on these fans, that they know this is no gimme tonight at all. You know, they're going to have to work hard for everything they get.
It's a change we've seen so often this season for Nottingham Forest this season. Away from home, they play 4-5-1 and revert to what we think will be a 4-4-2. And how important is this man in that formation, Chris? Robert Earnshaw.
Well, the thing about Robert Earnshaw, he can score goals at the highest level. He's proved that before. He scored goals in big games for Wales. He scored goals in the Premier League. He can score goals. If you give him an opportunity, this is the big stage he likes, because he thinks that people are not in love with Robert Earnshaw, so he likes to prove them wrong. And he's a fantastic little finisher. And the thing about it is, he'll be disappointed not having played in the first game as well. So he wanted to make sure that he puts that right tonight, that he can show these Forest fans that, you know, he's more than just somebody who can play at home. He's a very, very good player as well.
Billy Davies has called for the crowd to be on their mettle tonight. He's already been out here trying to get them on their games, trying to raise the crowd up to the rafters as well. Let's get a word with him. He's with Greg Whelan.
Billy, you've been saying this season that this young team of yours may not yet be ready to make the step up. But just how ready are they for the challenge this evening?
Greg, before I answer that question, can I just say that I haven't seen my two kids for a couple of weeks. I'd like to say, first of all, happy birthday to my youngest son, Mark, who's 17 today, and also a big hello to my oldest son, Billy. And I hope Mark's had a very good day today. With regards to the question, this young team, obviously, they've done fantastically well. There's no doubt we're very proud of finishing third. There's no doubt we've got a tremendous challenge tonight, again, against a very well-organised Blackpool side. But our home record's been excellent, and if we can do what we have been doing, then there's no doubt we can cause problems.
You mentioned that excellent home record, 18 wins in 23 league matches here. How much confidence can that dressing room of yours take from that?
Well, that's what I said to them. All week I've been saying that to them. They've got to just go out and enjoy the occasion. That's the most important thing. And yes, we've got a young side, but at the same time too, we've got very exciting players, and they've proved that. And they've just got to go out and enjoy it. They've got to go out and move the ball around and pass it well. There's no doubt we've got to try and put the away side under as much pressure as we can. And irrespective of who scores first or what the score is, we know that we've got goals in us, and we've got to continue throughout the 90 minutes to try and put that pressure on.
You've got a full house here tonight, 28,000 plus. How can they help you?
Well, they're important. You've seen at Blackpool on Saturday, Blackpool's crowd in that tight ground was excellent, and they got behind their team very well. The Forest fans this season have been magnificent. I've said to them tonight to make this a cauldron of noise. I'm hoping they do that, and if they do that, they can certainly be a big help.
Billy, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
And this was Billy a little earlier. Just reminding the fans the role they have to play here this evening. He's a wind-up merchant, isn't he, Chris?
Oh, he certainly is. He wants that crowd behind these players from the word go. They've got to give them everything they've got. He knows that they play a massive part in this game tonight.
Can their home form carry them through, do you think?
Well, for me, the key battle is in midfield. McKenna and Adam, whichever one dictates the game tonight, that team wins for me. Because I think they're two wonderful players who make their sides tick. They make them play, they keep the ball moving all the time, and they create chances for others. And they take them as well. McKenna not as many as Adam, that's for certain. But certainly, you know, for them to dominate the game tonight, he's going to have to be better than Charlie Adam.
They have as well Majewski, another talented midfield player in there. Is there a suggestion in some quarters that some of their talented players prefer it here on this surface than they do away from home.
Yeah, well, they're good footballers. You know, that's the thing about them, and they play good football here. But the thing is, Blackpool play good football as well. So that's why it looks, you know, cracky. You watched the game on Saturday. In the first 20 minutes of the game, when Forest were on top, they were still getting the ball at the back, Blackpool, and passing it around and wanted to play. They've looked at the surroundings, they've looked at the pitch, and they think tonight, right, we're not only going to try and give them a lesson in scoring goals, we're going to try and give them a lesson in football as well.
Quite a noise, quite an atmosphere here at the City Ground tonight. Just imagine how many tickets they could sell for a Wembley final should Forest be fortunate enough to get there. But Blackpool stand in their way, they have the lead, and amongst these fans tonight, very lucky Don Goodman and Ian Dark.
The crowd here absolutely at fever pitch, and after another day of drama at Westminster, we will get a decision here tonight. Here's the team news. Nottingham Forest, as expected, recall top scorer Robert Earnshaw as they switch back to the usual 4-4-4-2 at home. That means no place for winger Paul Anderson this time. The two fullbacks, Chris Gunter and James Perch, switch sides tonight, and of this team only Earnshaw, Gunter and Dexter Blackstock have appeared in the Premier League. Buoyant Blackpool are unchanged for the 5th game running. It's an attacking 4-3-3 lineup, and they've scored in their last 9 games. One more tonight would leave Forest needing to get 3 to win in normal play. Charlie Adams scored in all 3 wins against Forest this season. Gary Taylor-Fletcher plays with a black eye after injuries suffered in the first leg. Among the Forest substitutes tonight, Dele Adebola is called up in case they need his power and height. As for Blackpool, not only same team, but same bench as well. Well, what an atmosphere and what a game, Don Goodman.
Oh, absolutely unbelievable round here. Mixed with the nerves is the excitement that your team, whether you're tangerine or red, very, very close to living the dream and getting to the Premier League.
Well, they've known some big nights, haven't they, here? Big European nights. 2 times European Cup winners a generation ago under Brian Clough. 4 times in the League Cup. They won the Championship of England in the very first season after being promoted. You might remember in those days when Tony Woodcock and Peter Wydd were doing their stuff, and John Robertson was a wizard of the wing. Long time ago. They've been out the Premier League now for 11 years, and they have a deficit to pull back here, but Forest's home record is nothing less than awesome, Don.
Oh, it's an incredible home record, you know. But the question is, this isn't any ordinary game, is it? And we speak about nerves, and we speak about players playing the game rather than playing the occasion. That's the $64,000 question. Can Nottingham Forest transfer that incredibly brilliant home form into this conundrum, into this situation? Can they stay relaxed enough to do their thing, play their football, and most importantly, get the goals they need? Because that's the difference. That's where they've fallen down away from home, but they haven't had many such problems scoring here at the City Ground.
You can almost feel the nerves of the players there in that little tunnel, can't you?
You can see it, and it's very, very interesting, isn't it? Mark Clattenburg having a really long chat with both Paul McKenna and Charlie Adam, and the last thing he's going to want to do tonight is to have to send anybody from this field of play, and he is one of those referees that will talk to players.
Butterflies, knotted stomachs, but these two sides have to relax, try to play their football and get to Wembley, because that's the prize here tonight. It was an absolutely terrific game at Bloomfield Road on Saturday. Blackpool won it 2-1. Bound to be a great game here, I think. It's coming up for you live in just a moment.
Ian Holloway and Billy Davis. And let me tell you, 2 men absolutely pumped as well. There'll be some spectacle on the touchline here this evening. And what about the game itself? Forest 1-2 down against Blackpool. The match commentators Don Goodman and Ian Dark.
And a game which is going to be played against a cacophony of noise. In his match programme notes tonight, Billy Davis, the Nottingham Forest manager, calling for a non-stop cauldron from start to finish to help his side over the line and get Nottingham Forest to Wembley for what would be the first time in 18 years. but Blackpool are going to go for it here. That's all the work pre-match, and remember, they have a 2-1 lead, and in the last 5 seasons, no side in this division, in this situation, in the semi, has ever overturned a deficit. Not since West Ham in 2004 against Ipswich.
Well, that's the size of the task. Listen to the size of the noise. Lee Camden, the goals even turning to the crowd and urging them to make even more noise. It is deafening out here. It's absolutely brilliant, and it's very important that Blackpool, well, they don't get overawed by it. I don't think they will.
Nottingham Forest haven't conceded a goal at home for nearly 12 and a half hours. The last 8 games in the Championship. Their form has been awesome. Here's Majewski looking to cause some damage early on. The playmaker invited in, looks to curl one.
You'll see a lot of him, won't you, getting forward tonight? There's absolutely no question about that. He's a very, very capable player. I don't think Blackpool will be wise to let him run at them with that ball. Yes, it's a disappointing shot in the end, but he's perfectly capable of bending situations like that into the top corner.
Has to be decided tonight. Remember too, it's always worth reiterating this point, away goals don't come into it should the aggregate scores be level. It would go to extra time and, if necessary, penalty shooting. Everett winning the header for Blackpool. They can't wear their tangerine shirts, but they are wearing the tangerine shorts.
They certainly are. Absolutely intriguing, isn't it? You know, I think Paul McKenna, I heard Chris Kamara at the top of the show talking about how important Paul McKenna is going to be a massive part of Forest's operations here, because they've got such an attacking team, so many attacking players, Majewski, Cohen, Tyson, Blackstock, Earnshaw. They've got 2 marauding fullbacks, and so Paul McKenna is going to have to be a really, really disciplined performance from the Forest skipper here.
By the way, the referee, Mark Clattenburg, had a little word with Billy Davis before the kickoff. He thought that Nottingham Forest were late back from their warm-up. Whether that was a few mind games from Forest ahead of the game, who knows?
No comment.
Don't think it's going to matter much in the final analysis.
No, absolutely not.
Headed on by Nathan Tyson. He's the Polish midfield player, Majewski again.
Really important, isn't it, for Blackpool? You know, they know they've got their noses in front, and we all know they only know one way to play, and that is to go and try and win games and try and score goals. But really important for them to keep things tight for the opening 20-25 minutes.
Everett winning the header, taking a blow on the nose as he did so. Forest looking to make this high tempo all the way through to get at Blackpool, make it as uncomfortable as possible for them. Blackpool did win here in the league, and that was the last time Nottingham Forest lost at home, way back in September. They're 20 unbeaten since here, Forest.
Quite remarkable, isn't it? And I know the games that they actually lost here, 3 of them, felt that they really should have won all 3 of them, Nottingham Forest.
Well, that's bounced nicely for Majewski. He's got Cohen arriving on this side. It's a good challenge, that, to deny him from young Coleman. Scored a wonderful goal, Nottingham Forest, to take the lead at Bloomfield Road. Chris Cohen on the ball there, who got it, but Blackpool came back so well, played with enormous belief.
Showed a lot of character, didn't they, Blackpool, in the day. That's a bad tackle through the back of Charlie Adam. I think he's all right, and he'll get up. I think also Mark Clattenburg may have a little word with Majewski, possibly. Like I said at the top, I don't think he's going to be wanting to dole out yellow and red cards, is he, the referee? I mean, it's really late. It's not the cleverest tackle in the world.
No yellow. Just a reminder that Charlie Adam, in case you weren't with us on Saturday for that terrific first game, 1 more yellow, he's out of the playoffs completely. Won't play at Wembley. Here he is on the ball now. He's the bogey player, really, for Forest. He's scored every time these two sides have met this season.
Well, you say bogey player. Oh, Blackpool, Nottingham Forest, bogey team. They certainly have been this season thus far.
Yeah, they were the only team to do the double over them in the Championship this season.
I was saying about the character that displayed. They went behind on Saturday, didn't they, at home to a wonderful goal by Nottingham Forest. They went behind the week before when they were trying to hold on to their playoff position and showed enormous character that day. So I don't think the character of this Blackpool team could be called into question.
Everett plays it up to Taylor Fletcher. Lovely. Ormerod, dipping one. Oh, that was not far away from Brett Ormerod.
He gets a round of applause from Gary Taylor Fletcher, who lays this off lovely. And you knew, didn't you? As soon as Gary Taylor Fletcher chests that, it's sitting lovely for Ormerod to put his foot through it. He knows what he wants to do. He wants to hit the ball up and try and dip it under the crossbar. And you know what? It just shows you just how close he was. It's a super effort.
Brett Ormerod, who was with Forest the last time they got promoted on loan. That was from the third tier, of course. Billy Davis, the Forest manager, saying today he thinks this game and promotion from this division is worth now over £100 million. Majewski to try and thread this through. Earnshaw! Big chance! Goal! Nottingham Forest! It's Robert Earnshaw! He's levelled it up on aggregate.
Well, the whole ground has gone mad. The Nottingham Forest bench went mad. They're right down below us. The goalkeeper's going mad. Everybody connected with Nottingham Forest is going mad. And in that split second, it tells you the exact reason that Billy Davis has picked Robert Earnshaw here tonight. Because he's so composed. He's onto it like a flash. It's a defensive mistake, I'm sorry to say. But he's still got a little bit of work to do, hasn't he? I think it's Alex Baptiste. He doesn't clear it. He should clear it. Earnshaw doesn't care. He's onto it like a flash. He knows where the goal is, and he guides it on target. And look at that reaction. It's a huge moment in this football match, in this tie.
That's the early goal Nottingham Forest wanted from Robert Earnshaw. He scuffed the shot, but that didn't matter. The placement was everything.
The placement was everything. He knew where the goal was. He didn't even look up to see. And that's what separates the natural goal scorers, and he's one of them.
Taylor Fletcher to Coleman, who caused a bit of havoc when Blackpool equalised at the weekend. The young man who's on loan from Everton, where he's already shown up pretty well in the Premier League, notably in the game against Tottenham that we showed you on Sky earlier in the season. Well, how did Blackpool respond to that? It was a rare mistake by Alex Baptiste, who's been terrific for Blackpool this season.
He has been terrific all season. He had an opportunity to clear that. Highly unfortunate, isn't it, in a game such as this? And himself and Blackpool have paid the ultimate price, but let's not kid ourselves. There is a long, long way to go in this football match before Nottingham Forest can win it. Blackpool, we just spoke about the character that they've got. Won't be questioned.
Adam takes all the set pieces, goes an awful long way towards Ormerod, just wouldn't come down for him. And here's Majewski.
Let's not forget, this football match, this tie, it's level. Nottingham Forest, they may be winning on the night, but it's level. And that's the way that Blackpool and the players and the supporters have to look at it.
With a wall of noise around him, Cohen tries to go forward. And as they did on Saturday, Blackpool faced with trying to retrieve a disadvantage. So Don's right, 2-2 aggregate. Southern looking to thread it through, but away by Wes Morgan, part of that Nottingham-born central defensive pair, Wes Morgan and Calvin Wilson. Perch didn't really win the header. Pounce on that. Oh, DJ Campbell for a moment there with a more velvet touch. He might have been in.
That's precisely it. It's the touch. If the touch is anywhere near good, he's got a goal-scoring opportunity. It's very heavy, isn't it? It's unfortunate because the ball falls lovely to him. I think Blackpool will get chances, you know, in this game. I think it's the way they play. How many games is it since they last fired a blank? It's a lot of games.
Well, they've stood in the last 9.
Yeah, yeah. So they'll believe that they've got a goal in them. But at the moment, that's all they need.
The only time they lost in that run as well was at Newcastle away, beaten 4-1 there. Coming into the playoffs in terrific form. Here's Coleman again. Adam is fouled.
Can't believe it, can you? We've only had 10 minutes. It's like we've been going for ages.
Well, the lead from Saturday only lasted 7. Can Blackpool bite back? Adam plays this one forward. Gary Taylor-Fletcher playing with a big shiner after the weekend's exertions and an injury picked up now. Ormrod. Corner.
They have got quality from set pieces, we know, from either Charlie Adam or this time it will be David Vaughan. Nearly scored against Bristol City, didn't he, from the corner from that side, swung it in.
Picked up towards Baptiste. Just got caught underneath it. Away comes Chris Gunter. Had a big money move to Spurs. He couldn't really force his way in there, but he's very much part of things here at Nottingham Forest. Hard to believe it's 11 years since Forest were in the big time. Top division. It's 39 years since Blackpool were. The year that Jimmy Armfield retired. That long ago. Southern only playing his defence into a spotted bowler. Handball by Vaughan, was it? The crowd thought so. None of the players did. Neither did the referee. Here's Adam again, always looking to be the conductor of the orchestra for Blackpool.
Incredibly open feel to this game. I kind of knew that there would be at some point, but so early on for it to be such an open game. Fantastic for the neutrals.
Not many neutrals in here. Now they're onside. Earnshaw again. Chance. And a vital challenge this time from Baptiste to deny him.
Really important for all the criticism we gave him over the goal. Let's give him a lot of credit. He's the one that heads it out. And look, the left back, Stephen Crane, he's deep, plays Earnshaw on, and Baptiste gets back really well. Earnshaw, well, his eyes must have been lighting up.
That'll make him feel better. But there's a corner to survive this time. Goalkeeper, not a great punch really by Jugs. It could have been troublesome. Now the brake's on. Really helter-skelter stuff here, as it was at Bloomfield Road. Adam, did he see the goalkeeper off his line? He did.
Yeah, and a right smile. He knows exactly what he was trying to do. Lee Camp is a long way off his line, but never gets the elevation. Great when they come off. You can afford a smile when they don't, when you've scored as many as he has this season.
Again, they paid £500,000 for him. He had been on loan at the club before, and Ian Holloway said to the chairman when he came, look, we've got to get this fella back. He can direct operations for us. He can be our key man. And to be fair to the chairman, he forked out the money, and well, the rest is history for Blackpool. Here they are in the playoffs. He was voted in the PFA team in this division as well, Adam. Here's Majewski. Earnshaw again, dropped into a nice pocket of space. Cohen, onside here. Cut right across and away by Alex Baptiste in the nick of time. Much involved, the defender, who comes from this county and has a lot of his family as Nottingham Forest fans, Alex Baptiste.
to be a little bit open, don't they? At the back, Blackpool. You shouldn't be surprised. They do have a tendency to concede goals.
Chris Cohen.
You can see Blackpool haven't really done too much wrong. Shade in possession. And what they'd like to do with that possession is just turn it into one or two more chances. Just one slip. That's the costly moment so far. Just highlights it hasn't been the one-way Alamo that quite a few people may have thought it was going to be.
Forest, apart from scoring, though, have had another big chance for Earnshaw, who, as ever, is always snipping out opportunities. Vaughan dispossessed in midfield, crucially by Blackstock coming back. Well played by Majewski there. Cohen curling it in, no problem this time.
I think that's Blackpool's biggest problem, is when they actually give possession away, because Forest spring really quickly. Robert Earnshaw pretends he's going to the back and cuts in and just loses his footing, but the ball's a fraction over hit anyway. So he applauds the intent.
Well, is it going to come right for Nottingham Forest in the playoffs at last? The only two times they've been in it, it's been a heartbreak, really. 1-1 here against Sheffield United. They lost 4-3 at Bramwell Lane after being 2-0 up after extra time 7 years ago in this division. And then with a 2-0 lead at home to Yeovil in League One, having won away, they were beaten 5-2 here to go out again after extra time. So Forest fans are frightened of the playoffs, I think it's fair to say, but maybe things might turn tonight. Let's see.
Still a long way to go. One way or another, they'll be mindful. They wouldn't imagine they'd start celebrating too soon.
Certainly not yet. Blackpool will feel they're still very much in this tie, and of course they are.
It's a very, very cheap free kick to concede. He's shaking his head, he doesn't agree with it.
Once again, Charlie Adams says, leave this to me.
I wonder if he fancies it, you know. That is a long, long way out.
He thought about it, he does fancy it. It's low, but it's wide.
Well, having seen Peter Whittingham catch a goalkeeper out unexpectedly, I think that's what he was trying to do. He's trying to hook that round, but didn't get any movement on the ball at all.
Everett with the header. He came forward an awful lot from the back, didn't he, at the weekend, Ian Everett. In fact, he set up the equaliser.
It was from open play as well. That was the surprising thing. To keep an eye on whether or not he does that here tonight. You would suspect if things stay the same, Blackpool are chasing a ball, maybe later on in the game you might see him flying forward, the big centre-half.
Play for Ian Holloway at Queen's Park Rangers as well. Ian Everett, one of the survivors of the last promotion side at Wembley 3 years ago, when Robbie Williams and Keegan Parker got the Blackpool goals to beat Yeovil in the final. And Cohen, by the way, was playing for Yeovil that day. He only lasted half an hour because of an injury. There's no doubt about it. It's a Premier League ground here, as it has been in the past. Will it be again next season? Was that handball by Morgan?
It looked like it to me.
Oh, it's going to be a free kick for certain. Keith Southern's challenge.
It's a silly challenge, isn't it, really, because Wes Morgan isn't going anywhere. Keith Southern shouldn't be fouling him. Blackpool may be asking the referee whether they should have had a free kick here. Look, he leans his arm towards it. It certainly looks like a handball to me. High up on the arm, but the arm nevertheless.
Mark Clattenburg didn't think so. I had a good look at it. He was refereeing at Old Trafford as recently as Sunday. United beating Stoke there, of course, but to no avail in the title race, as it turned out. A sizzling atmosphere here. This game is sold out. There would have been more than 30,000, but the capacity is reduced to 28,500 because of the segregation.
I don't think 30-odd thousand could have made any more noise than these 28,000 tonight.
I'm not sure 50,000.
No.
Goes Evatt with the header for Blackpool. Good little flick on, here's Adam. Very good challenge from Calvin Wilson. But it's Brett Ormerod now for Blackpool. Good looking ball towards Taylor Fletcher on the back post.
Good defending, you know. Gary Taylor Fletcher is pretty good in the air. James Perch would have known. He was just behind him. Had to get a head on this, had to get a touch. He does really well, the defender. Pat on the head from Lee Camp.
Blackpool corner. This one is hit low. Cohen it was who got it away, restored to the side after his injury. He's been a terrific player this season for Nottingham Forest. And he's had 4 failures in the playoffs with Preston, which is really too unkind. Here he is on the ball now. Paul McKenna.
Lee Camp, the goalkeeper, does really well there because Paul McKenna really fizzed that ball back to his goalkeeper. Maybe aware that Blackpool were closing down.
Well, he's been terrific this season in the PFA team and voted the fans player of the year here at Nottingham Forest.
Every successful team needs a good goalkeeper, don't they? Forest certainly got one of those outrageously good defensive records.
And there are precious few English goalkeepers around in the Premier League. I wonder if the thought of Mr. Camp ever crossed Fabio Capello's mind for the squad. Maybe, maybe not. Here's Adam. Chris Cohen. Coleman's challenge.
It's full-blooded. Aggressive, but he gets the ball. Young right back. As he comes in, just eyes on the ball. You can see clear touch, good tackle.
That was a good challenge, wasn't it? And Mark Clattenburg thought so as well. There were 8 bookings at Bloomfield Road, none here so far. And Coleman did the right thing, letting it run, as it turned out. And he's very, very nippy, the Everton youngster.
I'll have to say, you know, to go behind so early and on such a massive occasion, I've been impressed with Blackpool's composure, really. They haven't panicked, just regrouped, taken stock. And we've got what it says on the tin, an even game.
I just get the impression of Blackpool having settled a little now after that early shot. And it might have been even more damaging with Earnshaw adding a second, but for a wonderful challenge by Baptiste, who had made the mistake on the first goal. Tyson does well to pick up that pass. Cohen looking to get Earnshaw in behind. Cardiff City leading Leicester with a home leg to come tomorrow night in the other semi. Only one of the 4 teams can get lucky and go to the Premier League. DJ Campbell here, who couldn't play Leicester if those 2 sides want to meet the final. Adam! Oh, he got a fingertip to that. Good save by Lee Camp.
Well, he's getting closer, isn't he, Charlie Adam? He's already had a couple of audacious attempts, but this goes down in the decent attempt, doesn't it? Lee Camp needs to get that touch. That ball is going to dip underneath the crossbar, and it's good goalkeeping.
That's a brilliant save by the goalkeeper, who arrived from Queen's Park Rangers. Blackpool corner, difficult one to deal with that. Camp wasn't sure of his bearings for a moment there and was quite glad to see it whistle behind.
It's whipped in ferociously, but it wasn't exactly a ferocious strike, was it, that put Forest ahead from Robert Earnshaw? But look, he doesn't even look to see where the goals are. He knows instinctively. He gets the opportunity to do his trademark celebration.
A goal on his 400th club appearance, Robert Earnshaw.
It's interesting to see Ian Holloway just telling his players just to use their brains a little bit as that goal went in. Just stay calm. And that's what they've done.
Vaughan, now Southern, another of those who survived from the last promotion side. Onto Craney, the left back.
It's got to be better. The service in when you're in that position, unchallenged. It's got to be a better ball in.
Dexter Blackstock. He's got Tyson arriving here, wanting an angle ball. Was always a little ambitious. Campbell fizzed that rather, and into the wrong area as it turned out for Taylor Fletcher. Well, the story continues tomorrow with that game at Cardiff's new stadium at home to Leicester City, the biggest game they'll have had there yet. 7:30, Cardiff 1 up from the game at the Walker Stadium at the weekend. Sky Sports HD1, crystal clear pitches, and Sky Sports 1-2. For Nottingham Forest. Up towards Earnshaw, very nicely done. Cushioned to Cohen, who wants to try his luck.
Yeah, gets an ooh from the crowd, but Matthew Gilks in the goal for Blackpool, always in control of this. He knows he's got his angles right. He knows that this is going wide. The goalkeeper. It's a good run from Earnshaw just to create that shooting opportunity. Just drag the defenders away with his clever little run.
Nearly half an hour gone and it's flown by here. Taylor Fletcher. Ormerod took it off the feet of Taylor Fletcher. Now Seamus Coleman. Blackpool asking 1 or 2 questions. Adam White to Craney here. Now Vaughan.
Good goalkeeping again. Speak about goalkeepers and how defenders love having a dominant goalkeeper behind them, a goalkeeper that will come and take charge of situations. It's a prime example of that for you.
Tyson with a little flick on. He's preferred to Paul Anderson tonight. There's the flag up this time against Earnshaw. But he couldn't help putting the ball in the back of the net anyway.
I don't think he's ever been able to help it. Billy Davis having a little go at Mark Clattenburg. He feels that Chris Gunter was fouled as he played that ball forward.
Vaughan. Kenner muscled him out of it. Shaw on again towards Cohen. A lovely challenge by Southern. Won the ball fair and square. But Blackpool getting in a mess. Vaughan's lost possession. What can they build here? Dexter Blackstock. Cohen. Blackstock again. Terrific so far. couldn't finish it.
Well, it was terrific. And it was so noticeable how many red shirts were forward there. 4, 5, 6 trying to get in the penalty area. Look the most threatening, don't they, Nottingham Forest in the final third. The only ones maybe manipulating situations. Blackpool have done really well up until a point, and it's the quality of the final delivery.
Yeah, there's going to be a point. That was quite cynical by Perch. Coleman had gone on a great run down that side, and they just took him out in the end.
He showed on Saturday, didn't he, the young right back, Seamus Coleman. Very good running with the ball at his feet. And James Perch. Got to be careful. And if you're Blackpool, you say, right back's been booked. Take him on, get at him. You never know.
Blackpool will certainly feel they have a goal in them. They usually do, but they do have this big problem of Forest's wonderful defensive record here. Well, they played some great stuff, didn't they, in the build-up to that, in that last attack, Forest.
They did a nice neat one-touch, little 1-2 there. Blackstock really composed, cuts inside, but he's under pressure, isn't he? Watch how many Blackpool defenders are just closing it out, and just as he's about to strike it, he loses his footing, and that takes all the power out of it. And look, you can see we're hoping for better.
Sign of Forest's ambition that they paid £1.6 million for Dexter Blackstock. Adam. And here's Majewski. Hit the hand of Vaughan, did it? Nope, the referee's quite happy with it. Baptiste with a long diagonal ball. Craney, now the bounce was against him.
Just zipped off a heavily watered pitch, didn't it? Well, Blackpool are well in this game, matching Nottingham Forest stride for stride in terms of attempts and in terms of hitting the target, but it's been the one distinctive moment, hasn't it? Slip from Baptiste and the finish from Earnshaw.
It's beautifully poised, this really. Nottingham Forest. 12.5 hours or so, a bit more than that now, since they conceded at home. But Blackpool have scored 19 goals in their last 7 wins. Nearly 3 a game. Vaughan's missed out. Earnshaw. Cohen gets it wide. Craney does well just to concede the throw. Who played against Billy Davis's Preston North End back in 2006 for Leeds United in the semi. Leeds won that, but Craney didn't get to play the final. Lot of football left, but if it stays like this, we would have extra time and, if necessary, a penalty shootout.
It would be heartbreaking. Well, whatever way, whoever loses, it is going to be heartbreaking.
That's the bottom line here. Somebody's going to Wembley and somebody's going on holiday. And just wants a little word here with Majewski and Vaughan. Forest did pay out £1 million last week to make Majewski's move to Nottingham Forest permanent. He had been on loan. Perch with the challenge. And Seamus Coleman. Great experience for the Irish youngster to be part of this promotion attempt by Blackpool. Southern going in studs first, but not above ground level.
I think it was a good honest challenge, both for Wes Morgan and Keith Southern.
signalled down by Blackstock, nobody there.
You just sense it getting more and more tense, can't you? Out there, players just having a little bit of a bicker, moaning at one or two decisions, one or two coming together. It's only going to get worse, you know.
I think it'll be rising drama. Vaughan with a nice ball. Coleman, who looks a real threat down that side. Ormerod. Southern, who scored in the first leg, wide here to Vaughan again. There's Morgan, booming header away from the Forest stalwart.
Good strong defending, isn't it?
Perch, who started that night when Forest imploded against Yeovil 3 years ago. Morgan came on as a substitute as well. Test of nerve and character, this, isn't it, Don?
Oh, not half. It's in the touchline, Billy Davis in his war cabinet and a little conflab. We're just discussing how it's going, how they can improve it. Half-time approaching.
There's Ned Kelly, David Kelly. Ned to everybody in football, that's how you know him. Your mate, isn't he?
He is. I think he's gone a bit grayer tonight already.
I think we all have. McKenna, straight to Adam. Good play by Taylor Fletcher. Craney. DJ Campbell. Neat stuff this from Blackpool. They've shown in these playoffs just why they did make it into the top six. Coleman, on he goes, but there was no end product.
Well, that's the epitome of their night so far, you know. Really neat, tidy passing, good little play. Coleman does really well to work the space, and that final ball just isn't quite good enough at the moment.
Come a long way from Sligo Rovers, isn't he? Seamus Coleman.
Could say that.
They'll be very proud. I'm sure people there are watching his performance and really admiring it. Brilliant that that club produced him. Albright getting himself into a good position. They're knocking on the door, Blackpool.
Well in this game. They are passing the ball beautifully. Look at that. I mean, there's not many teams that come to the City Ground and enjoy over 60% possession. And that is what Blackpool are doing. It's the game plan. They love passing the ball. They'll enjoy the pitch tonight. It's absolutely superb.
Well, I think Ian Holloway had looked at a lot of tapes, hadn't he, of Forest home games and decided that too many teams came here with a bit of an inferiority complex and sat back.
Yeah, he's spot on, and he said that, didn't he? And he said that Blackpool wouldn't do that, and they haven't. Just need that little bit more quality in the final third.
The gut-wrenching occasion goes on as a linesman's flag waving away.
The assistant is the person that gives this, not the referee. And as Earnshaw, and the arm is away from the body, it hits him on there, and I guess really it's unfortunate, but it is a handball. Didn't Peter Whittingham smack one in from here the other day?
Well, exactly this angle, wasn't it? Another time, another place.
Another goalkeeper checking that he's got his wall in the right place.
Nasty little moment for Blackpool. Cohen to swing it in, and it was always going to be Matthew Jox's ball.
The manager might be having a little word in his ear. Going there, poor by his high standards.
Craney. Southern helps it on. They can't give the ball to Coleman often enough, it seems. Really working something again. But since conceding early, Blackpool have had the lion's share of the possession and are trying to break down this very resolute Nottingham Forest defence.
You can see behind the goal, their supporters, they're enjoying this because their team are playing well and they are giving Nottingham Forest a real test here tonight.
And I know they've opened up one of the lounges at Bloomfield Road as well tonight, where everybody's huddled around the television, chewing fingernails. Here's Vaughan. DJ Campbell. Coleman again. Ormrod, Coleman once more, but that's going to go for a throw-in, in fact, I think.
You know what? He's their most involved attacker at the moment, isn't he, Seamus Coleman, the right back? And once again, highlighting exactly what Blackpool have come here, what game plan they've came here with.
Be interesting to see whether Coleman can force his way into the Everton side next year in the Premier League. They obviously like him, and you can see why. And it is another level again. Unfortunately for Blackpool, they won't be able to keep him. You wouldn't think so anyway. Cohen is the player down.
He's holding the back of his head. I'm not sure the players on the far side of the pitch realised, but the referee stopped that really quickly.
As he has to when it's a head injury.
He just slides in, doesn't he? It's an accident, isn't it? Southern's trying to avoid him.
He's had quite a week, hasn't he, one way and another? Chris Cohen, he had mumps last week, nearly didn't play at Bloomfield Road. Blackpool wished he hadn't played because he hit them with an absolutely superb volley to put Forest ahead. And now he's taken this bad knock here, but he plays just about every game, and usually the full 90 minutes. I think he's played the full 90 minutes in 48 of the 52 games.
Well, that just illustrates in what high regard Nottingham Forest and Billy Davies hold him in.
There's one that got away, really, from West Ham's point of view. He did play a few games for them when they were in the second tier, Chris Cohen. Two on aggregate after Robert Earnshaw's early goal here tonight to level up the tie. No away goals, remember. Doesn't come into it. With the diagonal ball. Perch on the header. It's picked up by Vaughan, though. A lot of possession for Blackpool. Where can they take it? You can see why Forest have let in so few at home. Very hard to break down. Baptiste. Everett, a player who did appear 4 times in the Premier League in his early days at Derby. He's come forward here, the central defender. Adam to Carwan, a bit too long.
I wondered when the big centre-half Ian Everett was going to make his way forward. Brought the ball out, passed it into midfield and continued his run. It's refreshing to see, isn't it?
Well, obviously the boss has given him licence to do that, hasn't he?
Comfortable on the ball. Like you said, created the equaliser on Saturday.
Steve Thompson there alongside Ian Holloway. Perch playing it long. And Earnshaw heads it on. Interestingly, switched Chris Gunter and James Perch switched sides tonight, haven't they? From right back to left back and vice versa. Wonder why that was.
It's really interesting, wasn't it? Because they're both attacking full-backs. They both like to get forward where possible. Maybe they felt that the players in front of them would be complemented more by switching sides.
Southern. It's Taylor Fletcher. Earnshaw. Lovely touch by him to Majewski, and Dexter Blackstock is offside.
Yeah, he went too soon. He can't believe it. He shouldn't be going too soon. And also, there was options further out to the left as well. That was a really, really good situation. I said, when Blackpool give the ball away, that's when Forest are at their most dangerous. It appeared that he went too soon, but that is ever so tight. Ever so tight. Billy Davies certainly thought he was onside.
And the replay, you have to say, tends to suggest he was right about that.
But it's, you know, as far as the officials are concerned, my initial reaction was he looked offside. Could understand why it was given, but it was maybe just the sheer pace with which they broke.
Big decision, that.
It was, yeah.
That's another cliffhanger. We thought it would be.
We didn't think, we knew, didn't we? There's a lot of exchanging of words going down with fourth official Lee Mason. Both Billy Davies and David Kelly are just, I don't know whether it was that offside decision or something else.
He knew he'd have a quiet night down there, I think, Lee Mason, the fourth official. Not.
Two little pocket dynamos on the bench, isn't there?
They served their dues. They've been managers since they were in their early 30s, both of them. Billy Davies and Ian Holloway. Never won as a manager in the playoffs or as a player. Always the first time. Billy Davies, of course, took Derby to triumph. That is half-time. Robert Earnshaw with the early goal to settle Nottingham Forest nerves. Put them on their way, but Blackpool have come back strongly since then. They've been asking a few questions of the Forest defence without creating too much. 1-0 on the night to Nottingham Forest, 2-2 on aggregate.
And all still to play for. That means Chris Kamara's thoughts in just a minute. Forest have done the first part of the job. They have scored. This fella, who else? We're tied up at 2 each. This is how your playoff picture looks in League 1 and 2. Swindon Charlton kicking off in League 1 on Friday night, 7:30 HD 2 and 2. Saturday for Huddersfield Millwall at noon, Sky Sports HD 1 and 1. And then Saturday evening we start in League 2 with Aldershot and Rotherham at 5:30. That's Sky Sports HD 1 and 1. And Sunday lunchtime, the first leg of Dagenham and Redbridge and Morecambe, 1 o'clock Sky Sports HD 1 and 1. Well, tonight we'll find out who makes it to Wembley first in the Championship. Will it be Forest or Blackpool? Forest done the hard bit. They've got their goal through Robert Earnshaw. Back in the side, tying things up at 2 apiece. Had another sniff as well. That's as close as Blackpool have come. Charlie Adam, no surprise there. But what will Ian Holloway be saying to his players at half-time?
I think they need to go from back to front a little bit quicker, because what they're doing is they're passing the ball nicely, but Forest are getting back. So he'll be saying to them, look, we need to get quicker. We need to sharper, get right at their throats as quickly as we possibly can, because at the moment they're back, they're settled, they're set, and we're having to work very, very hard to create any chances.
It's a huge 45 minutes, Chris, in both of their seasons, in both of their histories. We can go as far as saying that. What do you expect?
Well, if Billy has had a go at his team, it'll be simple as that. You know, you've got to get tighter, you've got to get closer. It's OK dropping off, and we've been fortunate maybe that they haven't created any chances, but if you keep dropping off like you are, eventually they're going to get themselves a very, very good chance. So he'll be expecting a little bit more challenges in that midfield for certain. I think we've had about half a dozen tackles in the whole of the game, and it's, you know, I don't think that's enough.
Robert Earnshaw's goal the difference in this game, but as we've said, it's 2 apiece, and Billy Davies will certainly want more from his team in the second half. He needs it to find a place at Wembley. Let's rejoin Don Goodman and Ian Dart.
And in his second half, Nottingham Forest attacking the famous Trent end of the ground. The River Trent flows just behind there. It's where a certain manager here used to walk on water, we're told. And where he put up a sign saying, "No swearing, gentlemen, please," many, many years ago. In Forest's glory days. They hope the glory days are coming back. But here's Ormrod for Blackpool. losing his footing, but getting the ball back again. Too long for DJ Campbell. Keith Southern now. Coleman. Wrong angle on it.
Again, it's another disappointing delivery, isn't it? Both fullbacks seeing a lot of the ball. It gets a thumbs up for the intent. Worked it well, Blackpool again. Just again, sound like a broken record, don't I? Quality of that delivery to improve.
Well, this is so finely balanced now, and so much, of course, riding on it for both of these clubs. Blackpool were 20-1 to be promoted at the start of the season, having struggled in the last campaign, and Forest are up 16 places this year as well. Cohen flags down, and sure again!
Flag's gone up. Flag's gone up.
The flag's gone up. That flag went up so very, very late on that far side. It's a massive decision. It's denied Nottingham Forest a second goal.
Well, Billy Davies is having kittens down below, as you know, because it's an absolutely brilliant touch, you know, but he's just about a foot the wrong side of the defenders, and there's the flag. Very, very late. Once again, once Earnshaw's in, you know he's going to score. He hasn't seen the flag, it's so late, and then look, Lewis McGugan points out, flags up. Massive moment.
Nick McDonough, the official on that side. That is one of the biggest decisions maybe he'll ever make.
It was spot on, wasn't it? Spot on.
But it was, I mean, they're told to wait, aren't they? They are told to wait, but
doesn't matter.
I looked over him and the flag was down and Earnshaw was in on goal. It only seemed to go up a split second before the ball hit the net.
Yeah, took his time, but got it right, and that's the important thing, isn't it? We got the one perhaps in the first half with Dexter Blackstock wrong.
Big pivotal moment, perhaps.
Fine lines, isn't it?
That's what they're paid for.
You've got to give them credit when they get it right.
Here's Baptiste. Lots of composure about Blackpool, particularly when they're in possession. Their passing game was pretty good in that first half, though they did find it hard to carve out any chances. Nottingham Forest only let in 13 goals all season here in 23 games in the Championship. That's tremendous.
Yeah, it is.
Miserly is the word. It's Gary Taylor-Fletcher. Vaughan. Good spin, wasn't it? Shot, not so good.
Well, he's predominantly left-footed, isn't he? Big moments we've had. It was a big moment when he scored, but watch the assistant referee on the far side as this ball is rolled on. He takes his time and he takes his time and then he decides. It's a little bit like cricket, isn't it? LBW decisions. The finger doesn't always go up instantly.
I have to say, that was as late as I've seen one.
Say it again. Correct decision, though.
Absolute agony for fans of both clubs, really. Here's Majewski. Forest attacking, looking for the goal, which would nudge them ahead in the tie. Given away by Perch. It's Taylor-Fletcher. Nicely worked. Adam looking for the right ball. It hit the back of Ormerod's heel. And Ormerod's challenge, which looks the referee. I think he's got the card out here. Brett Ormerod in the book.
It's a late one, maybe frustrated. It was a really good situation for Blackpool there as they're breaking forward. They lose possession and genuinely making an attempt to get to the ball there. Look, you can see how close he gets, but he doesn't get it. And when you dive in like that and you miss the ball, you can expect to see yellow. Just before that, he had a really good situation, lots of bodies forward. Blackpool, Craney, the left back, was well advanced in acres of space on the left-hand side, but he wasn't spotted.
Well, it's a ferocious argument here, with a place in the playoff final at Wembley as the prize. Long towards Morgan, who got something on it. It was spilt by the keeper, but no real harm done. Braun again, a player who came through the Dario Gradi Academy at Crew Alexandra and found himself playing at Real Sociedad at one time.
There's your centre-half again, look.
Okay, but good work too.
Off into the box. I have to say, he does it very well, and he does it a lot more than most centre-halves in the Championship.
Baptiste. Taylor Fletcher trying to work something with DJ Campbell. They want the free kick here, but they're not getting the free kick. Forest, and Cohen got straight up again once he realised that was the case. Draw your own conclusions. Blackstock looking to make headway, but
I can't believe what I've just seen there. Ian Everett was trying a Cruyff turn there. He was the last man, and he tried a Cruyff turn. There's confidence, and there's stupidity.
well, he is in Dutch orange with the shorts anyway.
You can only imagine what would have happened if they'd have conceded a goal there.
Meanwhile, DJ Campbell, Brett Ormrod, Coleman loves those diagonal runs. Cut out by McKenna, who does such a good job there, just shielding the back four. Really glad to have him back. He missed 11 games before Saturday.
I still think Blackpool are the more composed on the ball, you know, in terms of passing.
Down by Taylor Fletcher, away by Wes Morgan, but here come Blackpool again. They've had a lot of the ball in Forest's final third without being able to carve out very much so far. Here's McKenna again. All those heartaches with Preston for him. Will it be different with Nottingham Forest?
Puts his hand up, the skipper. Maybe. And Billy Davis, look at that. Look what he wants, and they respond accordingly.
He's a feisty little character, isn't he? Billy Davis.
Yeah, he's still going. Must be a little bit nervy down there on the Forest bench, because they're up against a team who really are passing the ball around incredibly well.
The playoffs have been kind to Blackpool over the years. 5 times they've been in them, 3 times they've been promoted. They're bidding to become the first team to go right the way through the 4 divisions, being promoted via the playoffs every time. Cohen here, Earnshaw. Now Tyson. Too long for Blackstock.
That's the first time he's had the opportunity, isn't it, to try and force Seamus Coleman, the right back of Blackpool, back towards his own goal. Uses his pace, digs across out, just a little too much on it. But that's where Billy Davis will want him, further up the pitch.
He does have the option of his usual starter, Paul Anderson, to come and play either wing later on. Anderson maybe a little unlucky to be left out tonight, but that was the tactical switch the boss wanted. Somebody had to go to make way for Earnshaw.
Oh, they absolutely did.
And that decision's been proved dead right already.
try and pass the ball out. He's not happy that maybe the fullbacks aren't splitting or the centre-halves.
Taylor Fletcher, DJ Campbell, goalkeeper's come, and Campbell has scored! Now is that the goal that might take Blackpool to Wembley? DJ Campbell has done it for Blackpool, and the Seasiders are going wild.
Well, you have to say, you know, it was coming. They were going to get it right once, just once, and that's all it took in the final third. And it's a kick out. They lose the ball. It's a poor kick, but watch the movement. Omerod's in. Great little ball over, and Lee Camp decides to come. I think that's a bad decision from a normally very reliable goalkeeper. But watch, he comes and he comes. DJ Campbell would have had a really bad angle, but he knows the keeper's there. He knows what he's got to do. Lift it over the keeper. It's a brilliant finish. Absolutely brilliant. Lifts it over, and Blackpool, they waited and waited for the chance, and when it came, they took it.
DJ Campbell, who scored twice against Nottingham Forest in Blackpool's recent 3-1 win in the league at Bloomfield Road, but that is a bigger goal again.
He's had to work on scraps a little bit, hasn't he? Certainly his only chance here tonight. Finished it brilliantly, but I think Lee Camp is going to be very disappointed with the part he played in that.
And remember, if Leicester City reach the final, he can't play for Blackpool because he is a Leicester City player. He's on loan at Blackpool.
Well, it's a long way for Leicester to get to the final. I can guarantee everybody watching at home there is still a long way for Blackpool to get to the final. Deep in thought.
Ormerod. Blackpool have played very well here. Forest have to find something else again here. It's a real stunner for this huge crowd here. Well, most of them anyway. Over 28,000 inside the ground. McKenna plays it in towards Blackstock. Baptiste won the header.
So they've got over half an hour to go. And at the moment, the mission for Nottingham Forest is to force this tie into extra time. Anything else is a bonus at this stage.
First goal Forest have conceded here in 9 matches. That since Luke Varney got one for Sheffield Wednesday back in February. Majewski with the corner kick. Goes a long way. A Blackpool head won it. I think it was Adam.
That's a good ball in. It needed clearing. It was well defended. I wonder how soon it'll be before Billy Davies decides something out there has to change.
Morgan.
We saw again, haven't we? We've seen again the character that Ian Holloway's Blackpool have shown. Well, now it's Billy Davies' Nottingham Forest's turn to show that same kind of quality, battling character. Still good or not?
Yeah, they were asked to provide the wall of noise. I think some of the fans are just finding that a little bit difficult at the moment. They've been shocked by that Blackpool goal.
Just like the players have got to pick themselves up and raise it. So have the supporters.
You called it at half-time, Don, when we were talking off-air. You said there'll be a moment for Blackpool if they keep on knocking on the door like this.
Yeah, passed the ball too well. They've got in such good areas throughout this match for them not to get it right just once. They certainly did.
There's Keith Southern. Majewski, neatly done by the pole. Picked out a lovely ball. Earnshaw. McKenna. Now then, Nathan Tyson. That's easily the goalkeeper's. Just thinking, how big was that linesman's decision to deny the Forest second goal?
Absolutely huge, wasn't it? And the longer the game goes on, the more big it was. But we have to say it again and reiterate, he got it spot on.
O'Donnell, the official concerned.
The most important thing here is that Blackpool playing really well. They've got the goal that probably their play is deserved on the night. We know it's fine margins, and we know that to win playoffs you certainly need a little bit of luck along the way, and maybe that was Blackpool's.
Coleman was fouling Tyson in his exuberance. But I think we said it, didn't we, on Saturday? There's something about this Blackpool side. There's something about their levels of belief.
3 times now, in the space of 10 days, we've seen them go behind, haven't we? And we've seen them respond to going behind. That's the crucial thing. Good teams respond in the face of adversity, and that's exactly what Blackpool have done.
Premier League referees appointed for these playoff games in the Championship. It's Mark Clattenburg tonight. Blackpool have played 52 games this season now, and they've only failed to score in 7 of them.
Impressive, isn't it?
First goal Forest have conceded here in over 13 hours. Now then, Ormerod looking to latch onto this one. Lovely control.
4 in the box, Blackpool.
Craney's ball in towards Southern.
Well, there's a statement of intent, isn't it? 4 players in the box for Blackpool when they're already ahead in this game.
And look at that from goalkeeper to Tyson. It's a curious looking cross. Blackstock made something out of nothing really there. Nottingham Forest, who finished 9 points ahead of Blackpool in the regular season. These playoffs are pretty cruel, I tell you.
Well, I don't subscribe to that theory. I think we all know, don't we? If you finish 3rd, 4th, 5th or 6th, you're in the playoffs now. It's been a long time since 3rd was automatic. Can't afford to feel sorry for yourself, that's for sure.
They all vote for it, that's for certain. Oh, drops nicely. Earnshaw got hold of it. Hit Baptiste. He's claiming handball here, Earnshaw.
You can't have them. Not when a ball is struck with that amount of venom and you're that close to it. Look, defenders, it does hit his arm on the way through, but I have to say, is there any intent? It struck so hard. Can he get out of the way?
It's the corner kick. Oh, and Blackstock couldn't get his header goalwards.
The ball in again, isn't it? It's all about the quality of the delivery. Rises really well. We know he's good in the air. Next to Blackstock, gets there first, but almost seems ahead of the ball, doesn't he? Can't keep it down.
Just needs one for his best ever scoring season. Sometime in the next 25 minutes would do for Forest.
Oh, wouldn't they love it? 7 all on attempts. Really open, entertaining, attacking game. They're all level, but level on the night. It's Blackpool's advantage.
Craney. Blackpool, remember, moved into the playoff positions only with a couple of weeks to go of the season, just edging out Swansea City, who I'm sure they're feeling a bit hard done by, particularly after 1 or 2 decisions that went against them on the last day. But that's another story. It's gone now for them. Gunter.
Good defender, isn't it? Keith Southern himself back, blocking the crosses.
Forest need 1 goal to take it to extra time. Earnshaw has delivered it! How about that? It's Robert Earnshaw again, and Forest are back in He's played Semi. Amazing drama here tonight.
Well, should anybody be surprised? I really don't think so. I really don't think so. And again, the unfortunate thing for Blackpool is I think this is very, very avoidable. It's a short throw, it's just helped in. And then two defenders going for the ball, and Dexter Blackstock gets a little toe on the ball, and that is the crucial moment. A little toe from Dexter Blackstock, because once it drops there, and it drops to Robert Earnshaw, you know he's going to hit the back of the net. Poor Jilks in the goal, absolutely no chance. Absolutely no chance from there. And it is game on again.
Wild celebrations from Billy Davies and the rest of the team. Chris Fairclough, the former Forest defender, is among them. Julian Darby, of course, and David Kelly. What next here? Earnshaw hit that so hard that if the net hadn't stopped it, I think it would have ended up on the other bank of the River Trent. It wasn't for stopping, was it?
No, it certainly wasn't. Big decisions made by managers in big situations, and he made the decision tonight that Robert Earnshaw had to start. It was an absolutely spot-on decision.
But there may be more very interesting chapters left in this book. Well, these two black teams have really arrived in this game with hardly a defensive thought in their heads. Tyson. Now, is that going to give Nottingham Forest the impetus to go on and end their various playoff heartbreaks?
They will hope so. 28-odd thousand in this ground. Forest supporters will hope so and all. We saw, didn't we? We saw the reaction of Blackpool to going behind in this game. Still lots of football to be played here.
Majewski looking to find a way through.
Well, they haven't compromised, have they, Blackpool? You know, we saw, even though they were a goal ahead, they committed 4 players to get in the box and try and get on the end of a cross and try and get another goal. They only know one way, so don't expect them to change tact here.
Ormrod, they will fancy they can get another one. Just to clarify, it is 3-3 on aggregate, which would mean extra time and penalties. No away goals, you'll remember. Fred Ormrod is going to be replaced here by Stephen Dobby. Dobby is on loan from Swansea. Player who scored 23 goals for Queen of the South in the Scottish First Division last season. Dobby.
It's a neat, tidy play, you know. Nottingham Forest won't get any respite just because Brett Ormerod's gone off.
Dobby gets the touch straight away. Craney tries to find him again. Dobby looking to make an instant impact. Majewski with a little layoff. Gunter. Earnshaw again. Apart from his goals, he's displayed some lovely touches as well tonight. Nathan Tyson this time, blocked by Craney. Well, great credit to Nottingham Forest for finding their way back into it.
There'll be a relief man, the goalkeeper, Lee Camp, as I say. Just as Alex Baptiste would have been relieved. And Blackpool made the breakthrough and got the noses in front. Lee Camp will be relieved now.
Strange, really. Two players, him and Baptiste, who've had fine seasons, very fine seasons. Maybe it's just the nerves of an occasion like this. I don't know. You've played in them, Don. You might know better than me.
I think I'm going to pay testament to both teams that neither of them have looked overly nervous. They've played the game, not the occasion.
Well, let's hope for more of the same tomorrow when Leicester City try to pull back a one-goal deficit away to Cardiff City in the other semi. Sky Sports HD1 and Sky Sports 1 from 7:30. The final is on Saturday week, by the way, at Wembley. So plenty of time for whoever goes through to refresh the players and get them ready after the exertions of these semis. Craney. Good ball in. Vaughan lays it off. And Dobby deflected and in. And Blackpool go ahead again in a tie. What an introduction. It was only his third touch of the ball I made it. Dobby, what a moment for Blackpool and for him.
Well, is anything else tonight going to surprise us here? Unbelievable, isn't it? And again, the left back this time plays the ball in. It's a lovely awareness by Vaughan, isn't it? Comes off. Kelvin Wilson can do absolutely nothing about it, and Lee Camp can't do anything about that. The build-up play was brilliant. The end result a little bit fortunate, but they do not care.
Only a few minutes after he came on as substitute, Stephen Dobby, the player on loan from Swansea. Well. Nottingham Forest have to somehow try to lift themselves to come back again.
I don't know about the crowd, I don't know about the managers. I'm having a heart attack up here, to be honest, watching this.
Try not to, Don.
It's thrilling, absolutely thrilling stuff.
There's a cruel deflection off Calvin Wilson, but that is Dobby's goal. It was on target, his shot. 4 of those, by the way, been as a substitute. 4 of those 5. Cohen, there was a slip by Baptiste there. Gets it to the near post. Oh, Blackstock! Onshore again, denied a hat-trick.
What a save, not once but twice. Matthew Gilks. Well, Chris Cohen does really well. There's a slip by Baptiste, but it's a great run to the near post by Blackstock. He gets ahead of Everett, gets the ball on target, and then it falls to Robert Earnshaw. Can't quite turn it. Another good save.
Some vital work by Matthew Gilks to preserve Blackpool's overall lead. 2-2 on the night and 4-3 now to Blackpool on aggregate.
You may well have expected to be called more into action tonight, might be Matthew Gilks. He's not had too many saves to make, certainly none of that quality. 2 fine saves.
Just over a quarter of an hour left for Nottingham Forest to do something about this. McKenna just let him down for a moment. That's better. Now Perch. Coleman battling away with Nathan Tyson.
Good defending, isn't it? The right back.
Rainey. Ben Burgess is going to come on soon for Blackpool, the big striker, to replace Gary Taylor-Fletcher, we think. But here's Dobby again. DJ Campbell. Dobby. DJ Campbell! That's another one! Blackpool surely on their way to Wembley now!
Well, that is the goal of the night. Look at that. Defenders all over the place, on the floor. Definitely down now. Are they out, Nottingham Forest? That is absolutely brilliant from a Blackpool perspective. You have to say it epitomises the football that they've played all night. As they pick this ball up, it's Dobby, neat and tidy, plays it out, and you think that DJ Campbell is stalled and he's lost a chance, but a lovely one too. But how about the finish? Under pressure, the finish is exquisite. He curls it out of the reach of Lee Camp and inside that far post. It's an absolutely brilliant goal.
2 goals in 3 minutes and 40 seconds by Blackpool. This is quite incredible. Nottingham Forest, who just were not conceding at all at home. They've gone nearly 12 and a half hours without conceding one. They've let in 3 tonight.
They've let in 3 to a team. Only Newcastle and West Bromwich Albion scored more goals than Blackpool, and you can see over these 2 games exactly why.
Well, Gary Taylor-Fletcher's work is done for the night. And Blackpool now have a bit of clear water here. 5-3 on aggregate.
Well, Forest will gamble. They'll take risks. The thing is, Blackpool are just the kind of team that have the potential to exploit those gaps that Forest are going to have to leave.
Well, Dele Adebola is part of that gamble. A 34-year-old, much-travelled striker. Paul Anderson will come on as well. All this after Forest were ahead after 7 minutes. Off comes McKenna, the midfield player. Anderson, the former Liverpool winger, who's usually in the starting lineup, he comes on too. Forest need 2 goals in just over 12 minutes. Tall order, but they've got a tall striker to help them in Adebola.
You might see them go a little bit more direct now. Although Blackstock is a handful in the air. Last stroll of the dice. Stunned.
After a season of such high achievement for Nottingham Forest as well, for a long time it looked as if they might go up automatically.
They threatened, didn't they? Just before Christmas and up to January. Right in the mix with West Bromwich Albion and Newcastle. Just couldn't see it through. It's the away form really that let them down. Here they've been impeccable.
Majewski to help it forward. Here's Adebola again. Forest need 1 at least quite quickly now, just to give themselves something to bite on in the last few minutes. It's been a superb performance this by Blackpool. Dobby! There's going to be another one, is it here? Yes, it is! DJ Campbell has a hat-trick! Extraordinary stuff, and now there can be no doubt.
We were waxing lyrical, weren't we, about Robert Earnshaw. Now we can wax lyrical about DJ Campbell, because he has just sent Blackpool to Wembley to a championship playoff final. Dobby does brilliant again. He's had a real impact and he keeps himself onside as the ball is struck. DJ Campbell has just timed his run to perfection. And how often do you see it? Goalkeeper parries shot, first to react, striker. And he certainly reacts. Must believe it now, surely. We are there.
Well, an extraordinary goal-scoring burst, and the hero of the night, DJ Campbell's first ever hat-trick. What a time to score it. A playoff semi-final, and a player on loan as well. How his parent club, Leicester City, could do with 3 tomorrow at Cardiff. Well, some of the Forest fans have given up the ghost. This is like the nightmare revisited for them. 5-2 at home to Yeovil 3 years ago, when they looked to have the tie in their pocket in the semi-final. And now 4-2 down to Blackpool.
An incredible absolutely incredible. I've got on my little notes in front of me, I've written Blackpool, Nottingham Forest bogey team, question mark. Nottingham Forest playoff history, question mark. It's all coming back.
Sadly for the fans of Nottingham Forest, that is. It does look now as though they will be playing in the Championship again next season and having to do it all over again. Terrible sinking feeling, but you have to pay huge credit to Blackpool. They're going to take some stopping, whoever is in the final with them.
Well, if they can play like they've done on Saturday in the second half and here tonight, all night really. Cardiff, Leicester, beware. Beware.
Well, he can only look philosophical now. It's all gone horribly wrong for Nottingham Forest.
Did he smell a rat? You know, at half-time he was ranting and raving, wasn't he? Just perhaps not quite happy with his team's first half performance, even though they were in front. He knew that Blackpool were passing the football about beautifully without really creating the openings, but they've certainly created the openings and finished the openings in this second half.
Here's the composed Charlie Adam. They've done this without their top scorer being on target. Campbell can do no wrong tonight. Takes his record at Blackpool on the loan to an amazing 17 games and 11 goals.
Fair play. That's probably one of it. Must be one of his best returns, his best periods of his striking life in terms of goal scoring.
David McGoldrick is the final substitution for Nottingham Forest, who are out of this surely now. 3 goals adrift, 8 minutes left.
There's going to be a party in Blackpool tonight.
Well, teams in orange seem to have the balance of power, don't they, one way and another, just at the moment. Ismaevsky, clever, not quite clever enough.
I think deep down they know that it's going to take something special. Just trying to produce that little midfielder. I don't have to tell you the words, do I?
Well, a lot of the Forest fans I spoke to before the game saying, oh, we've had this great home run, it's got to end somewhere, thinking the worst. Well, I'm afraid their worst fears have been realised, but that really takes no account of exactly how well Blackpool have played. They have been quite terrific here. And here's Adam, still attacking. That's taken another deflection. It's a corner.
I'm glad he never reacted there. He can afford to smile, can't he? And if you're Ian Holloway, you get a message onto him and you say, do not get booked in the last 7-8 minutes.
Blackpool going to Wembley for the 7th time in their history, 3 times in playoff finals, and of course way back in the famous years when they reached the 1948, 1951 and 1953 FA Cup finals. That last one, the famous Matthews final, in which Stan Mortensen got a hat-trick, only to find the final named after someone else. Don't think he minded.
I'm sure he didn't. Well, they're back in dreamland, aren't they, at the minute?
Now, the other thing here, of course, is Blackpool do not want Charlie Adam picking up a yellow card in the last 6 minutes, because he would miss the final if that happened. Meanwhile, chance maybe for Nottingham Forest, but Goldrick breaking through on that side.
Robert Earnshaw's having a little go at McGoldrick for not squaring the ball. It's a good run, isn't it? He lets it run across, but Alex Baptista's got a good position on Rob Earnshaw in the middle.
Been an extraordinary night here, but Blackpool are on their way to beating Nottingham Forest 4 times in one season. Not many other teams managed it at all.
Like you So the only team that actually did the double over them, so it may get worse here.
Wide open. Campbell might get a fourth here. He's in on goal. This time a terrific challenge from Calvin Wilson.
He's hurt himself in the process, hasn't he?
Anderson. McGoldrick tried something cute, but Blackpool have this one in their pocket now, and that tangerine flag which is flying at the moment from Blackpool Tower will be really tugging at the mast tonight. I think they're going to have the illuminations lit early, aren't they, this year?
They certainly deserve to light them early, don't they? The big thing for Ian Holloway, maybe to try and calm everybody down a little bit. You know, playoffs are three-pronged affairs. You've got to leave yourself in with a chance after the first leg of the semi. You've got to get through. You've still got to win.
He's got to calm himself down first after tonight. But they've got a few days, haven't they? What is it? 10 days. Their time running out on the wristwatch. I think they know. Nottingham Forest now. The game is up. It has been now for a few minutes. No way back from here. How Blackpool love the playoffs. Tyson's effort blocked. Having the gamble, Nottingham Forest now. Blackpool getting everybody back behind the ball almost for the first time in the game, because they've taken on Forest here with a really adventurous spirit from the word go. Anderson plays one in. Can Forest grab any kind of consolation late on? Well, Stephen Dobbie made quite an impact when he came on, didn't he? This substitute involved in a couple of those goals, scoring one, and his shot spilling out for DJ Campbell to get another of them. Here's Anderson. Good hit.
Good effort. It's a generous round of applause from the Forest supporters that are left here. Makes it look easier than it is. It's a bouncing ball that's going away from him. Technically good, but it's all in vain.
It's quite a thought, isn't it? Can Blackpool make it to the Premier League? This is a team that were playing in the basement 9 years ago. By the way, Ormerod was in the team then.
Yep. The answer to your question from people connected with Blackpool will be why not? Ian Holloway said it, didn't he? As soon as they got in the playoffs, he said, well, we're not under any pressure now. Nobody expects us to do it, but why not? We're playing well. And he was spot on.
Well, they're really going to enjoy that trip back to Lancashire tonight, those supporters, and why not? Like a few sets of fans over the country, they've suffered a fair bit, but this club has given them some great days too, particularly in recent times. A Wembley win in the playoffs 3 years ago, and they're on their way back to try and do it again and move in to the Premier League. Club with average crowds of 8,500.
Second lowest, isn't it? Second lowest in the Championship. Quite remarkable effort. It didn't really, in terms of how well they'd done, no matter what had happened tonight, they'd had an incredible journey, incredible season, incredible effort.
Well, is Ollie going to be alongside Fergie at Old Trafford next season? Because he played in the Premier League, didn't he? First season for QPR.
He did.
For Jerry Francis' team, I think they finished 5th. I remember him on the right wing. 4 minutes of added time.
It's almost prolonging the agony from a Nottingham Forest perspective, isn't it?
You have to feel sorry for Nottingham Forest.
We do.
Having finished 3rd, they're going to go out For the side that finished 9 points below them here, but that's the playoffs for you. That's the way it works. Wilson misses out. Campbell's in again here, and he's hit the bar this time. It's the DJ Campbell show.
Well, you look at the smile on his face, because really he knows it doesn't matter. He's got his hat-trick. He knows his team are going to Wembley. It's brilliant play. It's absolutely brilliant play. And I can't believe the contrast in his performance from first half and second half. He's seen so much more of the ball, and that's a brilliant effort.
Oh, that's a mistake by Baptiste. Adebola's in here, and he will get a goal. Dele Adebola gets one for Nottingham Forest, but it's surely way too late. There's still 2 goals adrift.
Well, he's made 2 mistakes in the entire match, hasn't he, Alex Baptiste? It's cost Blackpool 2 goals, and you know what? He's got to learn from that. He's got to learn from both mistakes. Trying to play the ball back to his goalkeeper. Must think he's got himself out of jail with a great tackle, but it breaks kindly for Adebola.
First time he scored in the playoffs since he got one for Birmingham against Watford in 1999. That for Dele Adebola. But it's not going to matter.
Made that mistake, you know. He's trying to play the ball back to his goalkeeper when in this situation, I guess most centre-halves would have put their foot through the ball. Not Blackpool's way, is it?
It's Anderson now for Nottingham Forest. Not going to get another one, are they? Adebola's in there again. Goal kick is the decision.
He wants a corner. He's claiming a corner. Not going to get it.
And by the way, this hat-trick by DJ Gamble is the first at this stage of the playoffs since Jim Magilton for Ipswich against Bolton 10 years ago.
I hope the post-match was all about giving Blackpool enormous credit, because they've been brilliant. I can tell you, so many teams would have gone behind here to a very good Nottingham Forest side so early on. So many teams would have crumbled, lost their heads, lost their composure, but not Blackpool. We've got to give them credit.
Going to make a last-minute substitution here. Defender Rob Edwards just to come on, and yeah, they're getting Adam out of the way before he can possibly pick up a yellow card. I thought he might have done it before now. Possibly, but all is well, and he can afford to smile. And Blackpool's player of the season, Charlie Adam, will be playing at Wembley. Here's Anderson. Majewski, twisting, turning, going down, wants a free kick. Mark Clattenburg, to be fair to him, was 2 yards away from that and said no. We're going to get the whistle any moment. Here's again. DJ Gamble. He's been playing all the records tonight, the DJ. A hat-trick to take Blackpool to Wembley. They played fabulously. Big celebrations, and how they deserve them. It was his night. A wonderful hat-trick for Campbell. Absolute heartbreak for Nottingham Forest. Your heart goes out to them. What a time for their home form to desert them, John.
That's remarkable, isn't it? So many times over the last, since mid-September, they've played here at the City Ground and not been beaten. They've been beaten tonight. You really, your heart goes out to Nottingham Forest, to their supporters, their management, their coaching staff. But you know what? They were simply beaten by the better team.
Well, he promised his side would come here and attack. That's exactly what they did, and planted 4 second-half goals in the opposition net. He won't have many better nights than that as long as he plays football, DJ Campbell. Billy Davies applauds the fans. Forest have to take it on the chin. They're bound to be a big force in the Championship again next season. And that will be absolutely no consolation now. Blackpool really turned it on at the City Ground, and the Forest heartbreak in the playoffs. They've never got to a final, just goes on. They're going to Wembley again for the second time in 3 years. There's even a Jimmy Armfield scarf there. Are they going to make it to the Premier League for the first time in 39 years? We're going to try and grab a word here with Ian Holloway. Greg Whelan, I know he's down there somewhere. Let's go down on the pitch and meet the manager, shall we?
Many congratulations. A huge achievement. Can you sum up your emotions at this moment here?
It just totally bursting with pride, I think. To come here and play like that, to go behind a wonderful team like this, a wonderful football club that we came to challenge, and I'm so proud of them. It's absolutely outstanding.
You came into these playoffs as complete underdogs. What message do you feel this sends out?
I think I've got some fantastic players. I've bought some, I've borrowed some, and they're just enjoying what they're doing, and it's just great to try and score goals, and they keep doing it. What can I say? Look at them fans over there. Don't disrespect us. We're a good team, and we care about our club.
Do you feel at times, as a smaller club, you have been disrespected?
Yeah, well, someone said you should walk a dog round the side of our ground the other day in the paper and keep calling me a joker. I'm a football manager, and I'm trying to concentrate on the football, and these lads, I tell you, I can't believe it. Absolutely outstanding.
Everybody is going to have to take you very, very seriously now.
I hope so. I hope so.
Look over there at those celebrations. What does that mean to you, Ian, on a purely personal level?
I was out of a job for a year. I sat there, and it's hard, and you've got to rebuild yourself. I don't understand. There's no other profession like this where Billy Davies took Derby County up. He got 14 games. It's a disgrace. It is. He's a wonderful manager. They've got a wonderful team, and I want to get with mine if you don't mind.
Just one very, very final question. You said you were coming here to attack, but can you quite believe the performance you got out of your players?
Yeah, because I know I work with them day in, day out, and I just knew that they knew we could score. And some of the football, to get those goals, what can I say? Fantastic.
I'll let you go. Many congratulations, Ian.
Thanks very much.
Ian Holloway knew they could score. I'm not sure even he thought they could have scored 4 here at the City Ground, where Forest hadn't conceded, remember, in their previous 8 games. Very emotional, but he owes it all to the players, he says. Chris Kamara has been watching on. How impressed have you been by that Blackpool performance
What
tonight?
a wonderful second-half performance that was. Their system is absolutely outstanding. That 4-3-3 that they play is brilliant. Charlie Adams sits there, he pulls the strings, and up front, DJ Campbell, I mean, that is... The finishing is top draw. You know, that is absolute top-quality finishing. You know, if you see Lionel Messi do some of that finishing, you say, fantastic. You see DJ Campbell do it under pressure in such a massive game like it was today. That was special stuff.
He's no joker, is he?
No, not at all. He's a good footballer manager. You know, he does a few things that surprise a lot of people and make you laugh and giggle, but that's his character. At the end of the day, he knows his stuff, he knows what football's all about, and certainly he's inherited some fantastic players, and he's brought in some wonderful players to get a wonderful blend.
There are 2 sides, of course, to this story. The elation and the despair as well of the Nottingham Forest fans and squad, and of course Billy Davies. Hope to get some reaction for you when we return. Much more as well from Chris Kamara and what has been one of the nights in Blackpool's history. More next. Might have been unthinkable at the start of the season, but Blackpool have come to Forest, who finished 3rd. They've not just beaten them, scored 4 goals in the process, and DJ Campbell at the heart of everything good about them tonight. A hat-trick for him. And Blackpool hope to make a big splash now at Wembley. Let's get more reaction with DJ Campbell and Stephen Dobbie with Greg Whelan.
Well, DJ, a remarkable season for Blackpool ends with you going to Wembley. Can you put your thoughts into words just at the moment?
It's amazing, you know, you know, before I come, the lads have done, you know, they done superb to get where they were, you know, and I came along with Dobbs, and you know, we just, you know, helped them get to where they are now. You know, there's a phenomenal bunch of lads. The gaffers, you know, he's done a great job. You know, the club deserves it. You know, I'm honoured and humbled by, you know, the success this season. You know, I'm sure Dobbs is too, and you know, I'm just happy that I can help, and you know, I'm just delighted for the fans and everyone involved with Blackpool.
The way, as in the first leg, you came back from behind, what does it say about the character of this Blackpool side?
Yes, as I said, it's tremendous. You know, they've been doing it all season before me and Dobbs coming on. And as I said, we're just here to help. And you know, as I said, you can't right now the way I'm feeling, and of probably Dobbs as well. You know, you can't really put into words. But I'm just so pleased, and as I keep saying, humbled for what's the gaffer Ian Holloway and everyone involved achieved this season.
Well, Stephen, your goal was hugely significant at the time. Have you hit many more important in your career?
Yeah, maybe not. I've scored a few coming in from the left-hand side, and lucky it took a good deflection and went in the bottom corner. But as DJ said, it's all about the boys and the team, and we've managed to get where we are through hard work.
Very quick one to you to finish. You're praying that Cardiff win tomorrow, then?
Yeah, obviously I want to play in the final, and you know, everyone knows I won't be able to play if Leicester get there. So, as I said, we'll see what happens. But I'm just happy at the moment that we're at the final. We're going to Wembley, you know, and as I keep saying, the lads deserve it, and everyone involved deserves it. Congratulations on a hat-trick, a phenomenal performance. You're also the Powerade man of the match. Stephen, if you do the honours for us, please.
Well done, mate.
Cheers, lad.
Many congratulations, guys.
Cheers. Thank you.